Hello, welcome to my ELT 205 Introduction to Linguistics. My name is YELİZ. Firstly, I am going to answer this question. What is the connection between ELT and the study of linguistics? Firstly, what is linguistics? Linguistics is the scientific study of a language, and with linguistics we gain a better understanding of a language. And linguistics deals with how a language is used, how it is learned, how it is structured, and changes over time. And so with this we have a better understanding of a language. And as a language teacher, when we are teaching a foreign language, we are providing historical background to the words, because the origins and histories will help our students to understand the language better. And a language teacher should have some knowledge of the features of the language in general and the English language in particular, if he or she teaching English. In other words, he should know about the language he teaches, how the language works, what it means, and what structures are used. For example, they should be familiar with the theory of producing speech sounds, so that they can overcome any pronunciation problems that students may encounter. So there's a strong relationship between linguistics and language teaching, and linguistics is really important for both language and learning and teaching. And as I said before, linguistics is the scientific study of language, and there are several aspects of linguistics. And first, phonetics. Phonetics is the study of speech sounds. Phonology is the description of the systems and patterns of speech sounds in a language. Morphology is the study of formation of words. Syntax is the study of formation and structure of sentences. Semantics is the study of meanings, and pragmatics is the study of language use. So we have looked at these aspects of linguistics in our lessons theoretically. Now I will try to put it into practice with examples. As an example, my student may not know how to pronounce sounds, or he may know wrongly. By studying linguistics, I can provide guidance on how to pronounce sounds. And for example, my student may be reading the word to know as know. Here I have to tell my student that the letter key is unreadable if n comes after key at the beginning of the sentence. So how do I know that? Because I studied linguistics. I know the International Phonetic Alphabet, and we can multiply these examples as knee and knife. As another example from consonants, my student can read the sound that shouldn't be read. And when I say think, my student can read this as think, but I know that this symbol should be read silently, and I can teach my student by learning the correct pronunciation. But there, in this symbol, in the third example, is in this symbol, um, the is readable loudly, like that, this, there. because it is worst. In the third example, in the pleasure, vision, or genre, and when we see this symbol as a consonant, we have to read pleasure, vision, and genre. Now I am going to look at semantics and pragmatics. So, semantics is concerned with the correct definition of a word or text. It's the definition that can be found in the dictionary, but on the other hand, pragmatics makes sense in its own context. Like it is related to what really meant to be said and what it means in that context. As an example, when a child says that I love chocolate very much, when we think of it as semantics, we can only think that he loves chocolate very much. But when we think of it in pragmatics, it may mean let's go and buy chocolate. In this respect, pragmatics is about what is said is conveyed rather than just what is said. In the second example, when I said he was so tired he could sleep for days, uh, it doesn't mean that he will really sleep for days. If we think as it semantically, it might mean that as in the dictionary, but in our daily speaking, we can understand that the man is really tired and just needs a lot of sleep. In the third example, if you eat all of that food, it will make you bigger. In semantically, bigger is in the sentence means greater than it is now, depending on the context of the sentence. Also, it may mean different things uh, if we think in a pragmatic way. For example, pragmatically speaking to a small child, it means growing up. But if I told an adult who is already busy, it could mean a completely different meaning. So in pragmatics, the meaning varies according to the context. So that was it. So these are my references, and thank you for listening.